Hello and welcome back to another episode of Mr. Mysteries in Black and White with your two hosts, myself, Ed, and my main man, Josh.
How are we doing?
First of all, I just want to apologise for weren't the video out Friday, but due to ill health, should we just say, that there weren't one, so sorry about that. We'll make up for it for this week.
Yeah.
But like we do on all the main podcast was, Josh, how you been, mate?
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah.
Went out Friday night.
Yeah, for his birthday. Actually,
Yeah.
just want to say happy birthday to my main
Thank
man.
you, brother.
Same age as me now. So.
Yep. Coffin Dodgers unite.
Yeah, exactly.
It is actually a disgusting age, isn't it?
Mate, it's 2 years till we're 30.
I know, that's terrifying. I don't like it.
I don't know.
But no, been pretty good. Life's in the way.
Yeah.
Fucking... My football team's a heap of shite.
Don't record this. Arsenal just beat Everton at away, so get in have that, you fuckers.
The less said about my team, the better.
Yeah.
But no, pretty good, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. So I was with you Friday night.
Yeah.
That was a fun night, to be fair.
Yeah, it was.
Met some interesting people.
Yeah.
To say the least. But no, it's been alright. That was alright, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, apart from that, yeah, no, not too bad. Not just work and shit.
Yeah. we really need to think of something to come up with.
Really... Oh, we did say, didn't we? We was going to like...
Oh, do the question thing, weren't we? Yeah.
Alright, we'll do that
from next week.
Well, no.
We'll from On the Hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
But now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everything in between. Because I don't know what to fucking say anymore. If you saw our last episode, this week we are done with Asian mythology.
Yep.
We are now on a big one. The one me and Josh, I think out of all of them, this one's the one we've been most excited for.
Yeah, out of all mythologies, this is the one I love the most.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my boy.
This is on par with another.
Yeah.
For me. But
see, for me, this one just edges it.
But yeah, if you don't know, we are talking about Norse mythology.
Yeah, boy.
And if you don't know what Norse mythology is, it's pretty much the stories of Thor, Odin. We're not on about Marvel.
No.
That's just not it.
Marvel's irrelevant right now.
But yeah, this is to do with the Vikings, with Valhalla, and all that good stuff, which we love.
Yeah.
We absolutely love. I mean, fucking hell, for near on a year, I pretty much starved myself after a fucking Viking. So, this is one we've been really buzzing for.
Yeah.
Really. I think it was because of this we wanted to do the mythology series.
Yeah. This and the other one.
Yeah. Well, Greek.
We might as well say it. Yeah.
Yeah, with this and Greek, it was because of them two we want to do a whole mythology series.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah, so yeah, thank them. Unless you don't like it, then
you better like it. It's unreal. How can you not like it? Seriously, grow up.
But George, what got you into Norse mythology?
To be honest, I mean, I've always had an interest in like the Vikings and all that kind of thing. Marvel was like, I knew who they were based off, but I didn't really think too much into mythology. The actual main thing was God of War.
Yeah.
The game, like, that's what interested me in the Greek side of mythology and everything.
Yeah.
And then obviously when I found out they were doing the Norse game, I was just like, I'm on that. And then them two games are two of the, if not the two greatest games I've ever played in my life.
They are incredible.
So
they are absolutely incredible. I mean, even like take the mythology out of it, but like, just the graphic, just as a game, is itself, it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
absolutely unbelievable.
But yeah, that's what definitely got me hooked into it. And then I was just like intrigued of like the actual mythologies behind them and all that kind of thing, and how close did they get to it? Because obviously they had to change so much to fit like the game storyline.
Yeah.
But it was a case of like, how close were they? And they weren't too far off, in all fairness.
Not in a few aspects. I mean, like the whole thing of Atreus actually being Loki.
Yeah, obviously that. Yeah.
Because it's a bit weird. Like he spoke to Jormungandr, but Jormungandr's actually his son.
Yeah,
so that's a bit mad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird how that sort of shit works, but
yeah. But like, I know what you mean. They got all the names in.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
What I tell you, what I did like, or not, I didn't know if I was gonna like it. Like it was the thing with Odin.
Yeah.
Because, like, you'd think Odin was bigger and stronger than all the rest, but he just looked like an old man, like a skinny old man. But how they played him, unbelievable.
Yeah.
He
really was like the perfect master manipulator. Do you know what I mean? Like, he was the out-and-out villain.
Yeah, and of course, we can't say nothing about God of War without Ryan Hurst as Thor.
You couldn't cast a better person.
I want to see him as real, like,
in a real-life action. Because I know they are
Thor.
doing a real-life God of War TV show. If they're doing it on the Norse side, he has to play Thor.
Yeah, because, I mean, in the game, like, he is massive.
Yeah.
Like, so he wouldn't... I mean, Ryan Hurst is quite a big lad anyway.
He's fucking huge.
But, I mean, he was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And
that game got a lot of backlash as well, because it's like, oh, why is Thor fat and that? It's like, but it's because it was so based off Marvel, everyone thought that's what Thor looked like.
Yeah.
No, that is as close to the actual Thor as you're going to get.
Yeah, because
he was a massive Donnie.
Yeah, because how he could eat, his eating and drinking was legendary.
Yeah.
That was the thing with him. Like, he could eat and drink like no other.
Yeah, exactly.
And that is why he is built. But, I mean, it don't take away how fucking strong he is.
No.
And I like the design of Mjolnir as well.
Yeah.
That looked more closer to Norse than what Mjolnir from Marvel.
Fucking,
like.
Well, that was literally just a hammer, wasn't it? Like, a big block. It was like something out of Minecraft.
Yeah. So, like you say, I think you can already tell me and Josh are for this. So, Josh.
Yep.
Step us in.
Right. So, Norse, Nordic, or Scandinavian mythology is the body of myths belonging to the German... Can I never say this word? Germanic peoples, stemming from Old Norse religion and continuing after the Christianization of Scandinavia and into the Nordic folklore of the modern period. The northernmost extension of Germanic mythology and stemming from pro-Germanic folklore, Norse mythology consists of tales of various deities, beings and heroes derived from numerous sources from both before and after the pagan period, including medieval manuscriptures, archaeological representations and folk tradition. The source text mentions numerous gods such as the thunder god Thor, the raven-flanked god Odin and the goddess Freya, and numerous other deities.
Your father.
Most of the surviving mythology centers on the plights of the gods and their interaction with several other beings, such as humanity and the Jotnar, beings who may be friends, lovers, foes, or family members of the gods. The cosmos in Norse mythology consists of 9 worlds, or 9 realms, that flank a central sacred tree, Yggdrasil. Units of time and elements of the cosmology are personified as deities or beings. Various forms of a creation myth are recounted, where the world is created from the flesh of the primordial being Ymir, and the first 2 humans ask an Embla. These words are foretold to be reborn after the events of Ragnarok, when an immense battle occurs between the gods and their enemies, and the world is enveloped in flames, only to be reborn anew. The surviving gods will meet. The surviving gods will meet, and the land will be fertile and green, and 2 humans will repopulate the world. Norse mythology has been the subject of scholarly disclosure since the 17th century, when key texts attracted the attention of the intellectual circles of Europe by way of comparative mythology and historical linguistics. Some of these words I have no idea what they mean. Scholars have identified elements of Germanic mythology reaching as far back as the Proto-Indo-European mythology. During the modern period, the Romanistic Viking revival reawoke an interest in the subject matter. In reference to Norse mythology may now be found through modern popular culture, such as games, TV shows, etc.
Yeah.
The myths have further been revived in a religious context amongst the adherents of Germanic neo-paganism. Because that was the one thing with like the Vikings, wasn't it? When they invaded like England and things like that, they were known as pagans.
Yeah,
because obviously they didn't follow Christianity and shit.
Matt, I'm a pagan.
Oh, I'm a major pagan.
I think I follow Viking.
100%
mythology, and I follow that religion now. No. Apart from the sacrifices, I ain't about
that life, Chief. But everything else is pretty cool.
If I'm going to cut up an animal, I ain't going to pray to it, I'm going to eat it.
Yeah. I mean, why not pray to it and then eat? That way the meat's not getting waste.
True.
Recycling.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But
reduce, reuse, recycle.
Exactly. But we can't really say that with the amount of fucking plastic down here.
Yeah, nah. Honestly, if a sea turtle saw this, it'd choke.
But no, so that was just a brief, basically, summary of the Norse mythology.
Yeah, because if you don't know, because you mentioned the word Jotnar, and Jotnar is a frost giant from Jotunheim.
Yeah.
And this is what annoys me. Well, it don't annoy me, because Marvel fucked it up in a way. Well, no, they didn't really, because Loki is a Jotnar.
Yeah.
He is not a god.
No.
He is not like part of the family. He ain't the son of Odin or
anything like that.
I don't even think it's Thor's son of Odin.
Yeah, Thor.
He is all right. Because sometimes when I'm on like Pinterest or something like that, like they come up with like the different
like family tree sort of things.
Yeah, and it always says like sometimes it says like he is, and sometimes it says he isn't.
Thor.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he was.
But no, obviously this episode we're talking mainly about the gods. Mm-hmm. Now there are so many gods that it could be a whole season in its own. So we're just gonna dwindle it down to the main lot.
Yeah,
like the most well known, I would say.
Yeah,
and then just discuss about them. So obviously the first god that we have to talk about, the All-Father himself,
the All-Father,
Odin. So, as I just said, he is seen as the god of wisdom and the leader of all the gods.
The All-Father.
His story begins with a saga that intertwined the celestial existence with the terrestrial, because obviously that was their main thing, wasn't it? Like with celestial and terrestrial, it was like, how the fuck do I describe it? It was almost like your body was in one realm, your soul was in another.
Yeah, because his soul was always in Asgard.
Yeah, exactly. But he could just pop to here and there, every realm, when he fancied, sort of thing. Well, his birth seeded the essence of a spirit that would not be contained within a single realm, like I just said.
Because he's Ymir's son, isn't
he? Yeah. Which is, like I just said, the creator of all of it, basically. Yeah. Well, he bear the title of All-Father, and he was seen as basically the top dog of the Aesir. Now, the Aesir are people that are born from Asgard.
Yeah, Asgardians.
Yeah, Asgardians. He was also seen as a harbinger of war, preparing for the fateful Ragnarok, which is the end of the world.
End of days.
This is where he would preside over the heroic dead of those who worshipped him in the golden halls of Valhalla.
Valhalla! That's where I'm destined.
Now, these were basically like Vikings or anybody that was a true believer. If they died a glorious and like worshipful death, their souls would be taken from via the Valkyries from wherever they were from to the halls of Valhalla. That is where they'd officially been then known as Ainur. And basically the whole story with the Ainur is every single day they would train for Ragnarok. They would fight to the death constantly. Like the battle would go on all day, and then the ones that survived at the end of the night would have like an insane feast.
No, they had all reborn.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. But then afterward, they would all completely reborn and just do it all over again the next day.
Yeah, because that was the thing. Like, I know we're going to be talking about it later on, but that was the thing. What was so scary about the Vikings, and we did mention it on the Hunt last week.
Yeah,
that they yearned for death. In a way,
they desperately wanted this so bad.
They go to war for the fun of it.
Yeah,
and they yearned for that glorious death to then go to Valhalla.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, like I say, back in them times, it would have been like how we perceive terrorists today. In a way, like, it is a bit different, but at the same time, it's not.
No,
because from a British point of view, they were just mad invaders.
Yeah,
They just saw and conquered, raped and pillaged villages.
Whereas they were like the polar opposite of the Romans, where the Romans built everything more or less. Yeah, okay, they owned half the fucking planet.
Yeah,
but like how they created so much stuff.
Well, yeah,
the Vikings were just like, well, why would we go through the effort of creating something? We'll just take what you've done.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and it was like no fucker could stand up against them.
No, because like I say, they were just ferocious. They just built like
barbarians, weren't they?
Yeah, but like you think if you don't like world strongmen, like Hathor's Bjornsson, you imagine like 200-300 of them like, fuckers built
with,
like
giant
him.
fucking battle axes and shit.
Yeah.
Charging at you.
Yeah.
With just hate in their eyes. You're
Yeah.
just like...
Yeah, it's like, we ain't gonna win this. Because like, how can you beat someone who yearns for death anyway?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and they're just taking it out for the fun of it.
Yeah. But, yeah, so obviously, like I said, they would die in battle, go to Valhalla, just kick the living shit out of each other, kill each other, revive, have a big old feast,
Yeah.
do it exact same thing the next day, and they would do that every single day until the events of Ragnarok, and the whole point was to train them ready so when Ragnarok happens, they're at their, do you know what I mean? They're on point.
Yeah.
So... It really did take, like, because obviously I know it was, we'll talk about it more in the Ragnarok episode, but, like, he obviously foresaw this coming.
Yeah.
He did take every step, like, he possibly could to make sure he was
win.
good.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
They were going to win.
He didn't just sit there going, that'll be all right. He took measures.
Yeah. But even though I've just like put in like Vikings were like terrorists, I still love them.
Yeah, it was so good, honestly.
Because I can remember when I was a kid and I was watching something, and it was said that people with blonde hair, blue eyes,
descendants
said like they got Viking blood. So ever since then, that's where my love came for it. It's ever since then. I think I was about like 6. And like seeing this, and I was with my mum and that, and like saying, I remember looking because she had blonde hair, but I was like, we're Viking blood, like we're actually we're real life Vikings, like. So ever since then, I'm like, I am Ragnar. To the point now, my old man calls me Ragnar. Well, when I had my long hair, and the proper big beard, he used to call me Ragnar, and so I was like, say less, Even though, like, Ragnar was bloodthirsty and I'm just a teddy bear, like. But no, I'm down for I'm down for going to Valhalla and train for Ragnarok.
Well, Well, Odin also had 2 ravens called Hugin and Munin, and they would be sent.
I don't know what that's. Hugin Munin.
Hugin Munin.
So they were Dutch. That's a Dutch thing, isn't it? How they talk.
Probably, yeah.
I don't know. I might have just insulted so many people there.
Sorry, just cheer him up. Max Verstappen. There you go. You're happy again.
He's Dutch, isn't he?
Yeah. What was you going to say?
I thought he was German. That's Vettel.
Well, they would be sent every morning across the 9 realms and would return by supper, where they would sit on Odin's shoulders and whisper the news of what they saw and heard throughout the day into the All-Father's ears. So they were like his messengers, basically.
His spies.
Yeah. Because it's pretty cool, because in the God of War games, he uses them to, like, travel to places.
Yeah, because he's got them, like, tattooed on
yeah. That game is so good.
It's madness.
But the next god, or goddess, which is Odin's wife, or one of his wives.
He was a player.
Yeah, he was a player. Is Freya, who's also commonly known as Frigg or Frigga. And she actually was... Yeah, some of them have got some mad names when you think about it, haven't they?
Nah. Frigg. Frigg herself.
What's Frigg doing? Frigging.
She's being a Frigg.
Well, she was actually a Vanir, which is a god born from the realm Vanaheim. So, and she was...
Weren't she Elvish or something?
Yeah, I think they were seen as, like, not actual Elvish, because they were Alfheim and whatever the other one was. But they was, like, mystical sort of thing. Like, plant shaggers, basically.
Sprites and stuff like that.
Things like that.
Yeah.
Well, she was protective and powerful, and even made her son, Balder, near on invulnerable. And she did this to protect him because she was prophesied that his death would be the beginning of Ragnarok. So, to prevent this, she went to every single thing in the all 9 realms and made them swear not to hurt Balder. Unfortunately, the one thing she forgot was mistletoe. Now, I'll get onto that in a bit.
Or if you've played the God of War game...
You already know.
Yeah. But it weren't Kratos that done it. So.
No. That's the mad thing. Just imagine if Kratos was a genuine, like, god.
He's too OP.
I was going to say, everything else, we'd go through every mythology and just be like, and at the end, Kratos fucked him up.
yeah, because he's just too OP.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's so sick, though.
Well, the next god is Tyr, also known as the god of war. And he is Odin's eldest son, and like I just said, the god of war. He is known for his courage and anger and superior strength. He is also Asgard's best strategist and greatest archer. Even to the point, after what I'm about to say, he was still the best archer, which is quite peak. Yeah. But at one point, the gods wanted to shackle the great wolf Fenrir, which we'll talk about on the monsters episode.
Oh, Fenrir. What a beast.
But he was too strong and only agreed to be shackled by someone brave enough to put their hand in his mouth. Tyr was the only god willing to do so. However, when the chain started to burn Fenrir, he thought, nah, fuck this, and bit Tyr's hand off. So he has one hand, and he's still a better archer than everybody else.
And as well, because Fenrir, he only trusted Tyr.
Yeah.
Well.
He was because, like...
They were like mates.
Yeah, because I think he, like, raised him or something.
Yeah.
Like, because they found Fenrir as a pup, and he was foreseen... Again, we'll get onto Ragnarok, but he does a madness during Ragnarok. So it was a case of, we can't really kill him.
No.
Well, they couldn't kill him anyway.
No, because what is it? What they use for the... I know we're going to talk about it more probably on the monsters episode, but they use things what we see as impossible to use as to make the shackles up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The maddest shit going to make these unbreakable chains.
Yeah. The thing that always pops in my head is roots of a mountain.
Yeah, shit like that, or like the wind, like the song of a wind and shit like that.
Yeah, like I say, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Mate, it's, you know when you read
just want to
stuff
blurt
like,
it out, but you know,
yeah.
fucking hell, this episode would be like 9 hours long.
Yeah, and we'll have nothing to talk about.
No. But yeah, because Tyr was basically tasked with raising Fenrir, so he was like, right, I'm going to use putting your hand in my mouth, because then if you fuck me over, I'll fuck you over. And Tyr's like, yeah, alright, I'll do it. Gets his hand bit off. Still a better archer than everyone else, which is quite peak. Because if you're sitting there with two hands and he's got one hand and he's a better archer, you'd be like, for fuck's sake, that's a kick in the bollocks, really.
Proper, yeah. But then you got to think yourself, he's a god.
He's the god of war.
He's a god, yeah.
He ought to be good at this sort of shit.
Yeah.
Well, the next god that I'll mention is one that I've just briefly mentioned, which is Freya and Odin's son, Baldur. Now, he is the god of light and beauty, and he is described as being the most handsome and divine of all the gods, and he was absolutely loved by everyone.
Didn't look it in God of War.
He really didn't.
No.
He really didn't. But I kind of like how they went with him. Do you know
Yeah,
what I
I
mean?
did.
Instead of him being like this fucking Prince Charming pretty boy, he did look like a skinny rump, but it was just like, right, my turn.
Oh,
yes!
that was so beast when he done that.
Seriously, if you're a gamer and you haven't played the God of Wars, I seriously recommend them.
Yeah.
And I don't just mean the latest ones, I mean all of them.
Yeah.
They're so fucking good.
Yeah, the story of him is unbelievable.
Well, not a lot is actually really known about Baldur other than his death. Because like we said, that is basically the turning point in the beginning of Ragnarok. And all that. I'll briefly mention it, but I'll go more into detail when we do the Ragnarok episode. Well, what happened was, like I said, everything swore to not harm Baldur other than mistletoe. Well, Loki tricked Baldur's half-blind brother Hod into shooting a mistletoe arrow at Baldur. So he basically was like, yeah, nah, there's no one there. Shot it, and it killed Baldur. Now, what's even more fucked up is the fact that Baldur could actually have been resurrected, but only if every single living thing wept for him. Like, to the point, fire, water, and like every element, everything wept for him, other than one thing. And it was actually a giantess called Thok, which many people believe to have been Loki in disguise. Because obviously he was a major trickster and all that.
Yeah, god of mischief.
Yeah, he's the only one that didn't cry out of everything. So because he didn't cry, Baldur was never resurrected. So really, even though he's a legend, he was a fucking arsehole, Loki.
Like, oh yeah, like say he's the god of mischief.
Yeah, he was a prick.
Yeah, he wanted Ragnarok.
Yeah.
He always wanted it.
Which I'll now get onto. So, like we said, Loki is the god of mischief, but, like we said earlier, he's not actually a god. No. He is actually a frost giant of Jotunheim. And he was born to the giant Laufey. Mm. However, Odin adopted Loki at a young age and raised him in Asgard during an Asgardian conquest of the Frozen Realm. And this was, again, to try and prevent Ragnarok. Because he thought, if I raise him up and he'd be a good boy, I'm good, sort of thing. And even during this whole time, the one thing that was quite common was the fact that Loki and Thor were compared to one another their entire lives, which is what the Marvel films did pretty well.
Yeah.
Because that is generally, everyone just is like, he was either Team Thor or Team Loki. He wasn't in the middle.
No.
This made Loki jealous and eager for revenge. And he had always been eager, like you just said, for the downfall of Asgard, and Thor in particular. Because then he thought, now who's the king? Do you know what I mean? Sort of thing. And he is in no small part responsible for triggering Ragnarok at the end, the end of Asgard, since he killed Baldur. Now, as a frost giant, Loki is imbued with the strength and durability comparable to any Asgardian. However, his true powers lie in his master of sorcery of all kinds. He is considered a powerful magician, known for casting illusions that could fool entire cities or even powerful cosmic entities. So this guy could just trick any motherfucker.
Yeah.
Well, he must be good at it. He got Baldur killed.
Yeah, for one, he got Baldur killed, and two, like you say, he was just, he started Ragnarok.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the next god I'll talk about is Heimdall. And he was known as the Watchman of the Gods, who guarded the Bifrost, or what is basically the Rainbow Bridge to Asgard. Mm-hmm. This guy was very peculiar. He's like the most unique out of all the gods, I'd say.
Yeah. He was a prick.
Oh, yeah.
In God of War.
Oh, don't.
He was a prick.
There's nothing better than killing him. Honestly, you're the satisfaction of killing that prick.
Oh, mate.
Because obviously in the game, I tried to look if it was genuine or not, but he foresees everything in the game.
Yeah.
But no, you don't foresee it, actually. He like anticipates it.
Yeah.
So you could barely land a punch on the geezer because he just sees it coming.
Yeah. But I think that I don't think it's quite like that in mythology, but I think he was...
To some sort of extent.
He was all-seeing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he actually required less sleep than a bird, could see 1,000 miles away, and could hear grass growing in the meadows and wool growing on sheep. So, like, he was impeccable. Yeah. He just knew what was going on. Which makes me think, what the fuck did Odin need the ravens for? If his geezer can see everything and hear everything.
He's limited to 1,000 miles.
That's true, yeah.
1,001 mile, you're all right. you imagine that. Oh, he's such a prick, Heimdall. Like, I heard that.
Yeah.
And then, like, a couple of miles out, he's still a fucking prick. No, he didn't hear that. We're good. We're 1,001 mile away.
Yeah. But that's what I love in the God of War game as well. Because, like, him and Thor hated each other.
Yeah.
And what was it? It was like a scene where it's like Thor's like, pack it in or something. And Heimdall's like, well, how do you intend to stop me? And Odin's just like, look in my eyes and you tell me. Yeah. And I really want to know what happens, because you just hear Heimdall go, you are a sick man.
Yeah.
I really want to know what the hell he saw.
Yeah.
Well, Heimdall was also just as capable of seeing in the dark as well as he could in the light. And he is also the holder of Galahorn, where it is said that he will blow it at the beginning of Ragnarok, and it will be heard across all of the 9 realms. Which is why in the God of War games you have to kill him to get Galahorn.
Yeah, because Kratos uses it, doesn't he?
Yeah, which is so good. And then the last god that I'll mention is, of course, the big boy, the Donnie.
Yeah.
The one that every fucker knows.
Yeah.
Thor. It's just a random name, just like Bob. Everyone's just like, yeah, Thor. Wait, what?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's just hell.
Yeah. Well, like I said, he is known as the God of Thunder, and he is considered by many to be the best of the best. In fact, other than Odin, he was the most feared and respected. Yeah. And even though he had serious lack of wisdom and ill temper, to the point where he was constantly tricked by Loki.
Yeah.
Because he was like, was a monster, but he weren't as thick as pig shit.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah, we don't mean it.
We don't mean it. We love you. Now, although Thor loved his family, his true obsession was two things: drinking and fighting.
Yeah.
Particularly the giants of Jotunheim.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's got such a thing of killing frost giants.
Yeah.
He just loves it.
Every time a giant would even attempt to enter Asgard, they would all turn to Thor, and he would fuck them up.
He just couldn't wait.
No,
he just love it.
He destroyed them.
Yeah.
Which is quite ironic, because in fact, he is half giant himself.
Yeah, he is.
His mother was a giantess named Fjord. However, he was mainly raised by Freya, which is why I think he also hates the giants. But even though he is half giant himself,
yeah,
so...
he's pretty much a big burly fucker with abandonment issues.
Yeah, pretty much. Now, the one thing that everyone knows about Fjord, I want to say, the one thing that everyone knows about Thor is that he is the owner of the great hammer Mjolnir.
Mjolnir.
Now, this hammer was his primary weapon, and it was no ordinary hammer, because whenever Thor cast it at an enemy, it would return to his hands basically like a boomerang.
Yeah.
And he could fly with it and everything.
Mm. Oh my god, hammer pulled you off.
Oh my god, the hammer pulled you off. Thor's hammer was uncertainly the best weapon the Aesir had. In fact, but it was more than just a weapon. It has also occupied a central role in rituals of what's that say? Consecration?
Yeah, consecration.
Consecration and Halloween. Yeah. The hammer was also used in formal ceremonies to bless marriages, births, and probably funerals as well.
Mm. Have you seen the thing about Thor? What a story of Thor is he pretended to be a woman.
Funny you should say that. I was literally about to...
Oh, yeah.
Literally got that written down.
Oh, it's all right. Yeah, go on. Yeah, go for
what
it.
What are you onto that?
Go for it. Cause
well, like I said...
when you talk before, like, how he hated frost giants, that's always the story that pops into my mind.
Well, like I just said, this story is legendary in Norse mythology. Like we said, this guy could eat and drink beyond anyone else, right?
It was legendary.
So one morning, Thor awoke to discover that Mjolnir had been stolen in the night by the giants. Which is stupid on their behalf.
Why would you do
You've
that?
got the one guy that would take great pleasure in ripping you apart, and you steal his hammer. It's like, are you a twat?
But that's what I mean, because a lot of people are like, no, you've got to be worthy to rule Asgard to lift the hammer because of Marvel.
Yeah,
but that's
it's
just
not
not the case. It was just...
It was his. It was made for him, but they could more or less all use it.
Yeah. It had no special like power in that sense.
It's almost like you can look at it as like a Harry Potter wand. It will work for anyone, but it works best with its master sort of thing.
Yeah. That's good. That's a good analogy, actually. I never thought of it.
But yeah, Thor awoke to discover that Mjolnir had been stolen in the night by the giants. No shit, he was enraged. And with the help of Freya, Loki shapeshifted into a bird and flew to Jotunheim, the home of the giants. There, their king Thrym told Loki that he had stolen the hammer and buried it 8 miles under the earth. And the only way for Thor to get his beloved hammer back was for Freya to marry Thrym. Loki returned to Asgard with the giants' demands, and Thor decided that Freya should indeed marry the giant so he could get Mjolnir back. Freya was not impressed and refused to marry Thrym, and suggested to Thor that he better start digging if he wanted his hammer back. Finally, Heimdall stated that the best way to deal with this situation was for Thor to don a dress and veil and trick the giant into thinking he was Freya. Thor didn't like this plan.
It's just mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
You got to think, because Freya was seen as beautiful.
Yeah.
She was seen as every man's desire.
Yeah.
You imagine you're the fucking your mate. You're gonna marry her.
Just boom, boom, boom.
I'm Freya. I'm gonna fucking ruin you out this.
Well, Thor didn't like his plan, but Odin told him it was the best way, and Loki persuaded him and offered him to be his handmaiden. Freya helped dress Thor in a fine gown, cap, and veil, and Loki shapeshift into a beautiful woman to accompany him. The pair travelled to Jotunheim, and Thrym did in fact believe that Thor was Freya. He called for a wedding feast, but became very suspicious, and this is what I mean by he became very suspicious when Thor ate a whole ox, ate salmon, and drank 3 barrels of mead.
And also, Thor had a beard.
Yeah. That was probably the whole reason of the veil. It must have been a good veil.
Yeah, because he had got a massive beard.
Yeah.
It must have been like down to his ankles.
It's the fact you think you're marrying Freya, you see her scoffing down a whole ox, fucking God knows how many salmon, and drinking 3 barrels of mead on her own. You're thinking, nah, something ain't right here, bro.
I'll be like, God, it's going to be expensive.
Yeah. Well, quick-witted Loki.
Whole ox?
Yeah.
Sorry, but
A whole ox. On top of 8 salmon.
Have you seen how big oxes
Yeah.
are?
And 3 barrels of meat. This geezer is on another level.
That's why I love him.
He's so good. Well, quick-witted Loki told the giant that Freya was so excited for their marriage that she had not eaten anything for 8 days. Thrym believed this lie and was so impressed by Freya's dedication to their union that he asked for a kiss. When Thor lifted the veil, his eyes were blazing with fury. Once more, Thrym became suspicious. Lifted the veil off, and you see this big, pissed-off, red-headed motherfucker with a giant beard going, I'm not too sure if you're Freya. You know?
Yeah. You didn't look like this on Instagram. It's not quite right with you.
He's checking around to the rest of the giants. Right, I'm in catfish. What's going on?
Yeah. She look a lot better in them photos you sent me. I did not swipe right on this. Tinder's done me dirty.
And he was so... But... No, sorry, I've just read that bit. Yeah, once more, Thrym became suspicious. But Loki explained why Thor's murder... Wait, what? Oh, Loki explained away Thor's murderous expression by saying that such was Freya's longing for this union, and she had not slept for 8 nights. Thrym was so pleased with this devotion of his future bride that he called for Mjolnir to be brought forth and placed in Freya's lap so that the marriage could be blessed. As soon as the hammer was placed in Thor's lap, he pulled off his veil, took up Mjolnir and struck Thrym until he was dead. Thor continued his rampage until all the guests were either dead or had fled. Delightfully, he then finally had Mjolnir back in his possession and returned to Asgard with Loki. That just goes to show the length of what this motherfucker's capable of.
That just makes me... It's just like... It's so stupid. But
it's so good at this.
Yeah.
Like, you can picture it like in a TV show.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
I'm
this
picturing
geezer.
Ryan Hurst.
Yeah.
That's who I see as Thor.
Yeah.
I don't see Chris Hemsworth. No offense, Chris Hemsworth.
He did good for the Marvel Thor. He did really
he's fantastic
good. But for the
that.
mythology Thor, Ryan Hurst has set the bar.
Yeah, massively. And just imagine like that face.
Yeah.
Just like, you motherfucker.
It's the fact he's seen his face. And then Loki's gone, no, that is Freya. He just ain't slept for 9 days. Fucking, you've grown that beard in 9 days.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus Christ.
No, but it's how he went along with it.
Yeah.
Oh, now you say that.
Yeah. I see the resemblance.
I can see why.
But it's like, do you know what? I want this marriage in there because I fancy the shit out of her. Get the hammer now.
Yeah.
Stick it in his lap. He's just gone, motherfucker.
Imagine, mate, for him just sitting there like, I think my suspicions were right. Just as Mjolnir's coming down onto his head. Might fucked
just
up here.
done him in. Everyone else at the wedding's going, what the fuck? And he's just gone, do you know what? You fuckers can get it in all.
Yeah. Go on if you think you had it.
Yeah. And the whole time, like, he's just standing there like, well, this was inevitable.
Yeah.
Thor's just mashing everybody up.
I'm just probably like, he's alright. That man is fine. He had to wear a dress.
That's the point. He said he took his veil off. He's still wearing the dress whilst doing it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what I mean.
He's fucking everyone up in a wedding dress. If you don't look for after that, you never will.
No, because it's so comical. That is so comical. Just seeing Thor just bashing them up
in a wedding dress. Yeah. Oh my god.
But you'd have thought, like, because he said that he could call Mjolnir like a boomerang.
Mm.
Even when it was buried, but you could just imagine him just standing there doing the whole
thing like,
yeah,
he'll be here.
I did buzz off that on God of War, because instead of just holding his hand out, he
Clicks, yeah.
I really buzzed on that, because I was like, oh, that's better. That's so much better.
And when he first yeets Kratos.
Yeah, because the thing is, he actually kills Kratos.
Yeah. That just goes to show. But I watched this video about, like, the God of War 4 and how unreal the character is developed. It's because, like, obviously we just said the mythology of 4 is he just wanted to kill anyone and anything in his path, especially a giant.
He was a destroyer.
But in the God of War games, he didn't want to be that, because he was Odin's puppet. Odin did not see him as a son. He literally just saw him as a weapon.
Yeah, and it's because he could... It weren't really thought, it was Mjolnir. It's because Thor was able to wield Mjolnir, had the power to wield Mjolnir, and that was, like you say, Asgard's greatest weapon.
Yeah.
He had to use
and the way that he done it the best was if Thor was drunk. Yeah. Because then it'd be just like, Thor, kill him. Yeah, right, say less. But in the game, he's like sober now. He don't want a drink, and he's become just like a miserable shell of himself.
Yeah.
And that... and basically goes through the story, like how Odin manipulated him, and how even though his family's trying to help him, he just can't see past what Odin's doing to him. And there was, like, even in the last fight, when, like, in the final battle with Thor and Kratos, Thor does not want to kill him. I think he wanted Kratos
to kill him. Yeah, because he kept saying, like, it's who we are.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, come on, just fucking... Because in the first fight, all he wanted was, like, because the whole thing with the blood payment, because basically, in mythology and in the games, Thor had 2 sons, Magni and Modi.
Yeah.
In the God of War games, Kratos kills them. So Thor's looking at it as a blood payment. So he's like, I want a piece of Kratos for what he's took from me.
He had 3 sons. I'm pretty sure.
I know he had a daughter.
I think with Frigg, he had 2 sons. He had Magni and Modi.
Yeah.
And I think he had a son, or it might have been the daughter, with someone else. With Sif. Or was it Sif they had Magni and Modi with?
I think it was, yeah. Because Frigg was Odin's wife, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Sif.
Yeah, Sif he had Magni and Modi with, but he had a son or a daughter with someone
else. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure of it. I might be wrong. Let's say I just done the notes.
but yeah, and so it was just a case of he wanted to see the true God of War. He wanted to see what killed his sons.
Yeah.
And he killed him. Like, he killed Kratos, and he's just like, nah. We ain't done yet.
Yeah,
that was so sick.
Because he used Mjolnir to jump. Pretty much.
That was so sick. But that just goes to show he could have obliterated Kratos if he wanted to.
Yeah,
but he really just didn't.
No,
he just wanted to see what killed his sons.
Yeah,
did they die like pussies, basically?
Yeah, because they. What I loved about the God of War games, how they've interlinked Greek mythology and Norse mythology and everything like that, and how they intertwine.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, we've heard what you are, like Spartan and everything like that. I wanted to see how good you are to kill all these other gods.
He says a line perfect. He's like, this is the guy that killed a whole pantheon because they hurt his feelings. I was like, fuck, this guy's on another level.
He's just a beast.
But... yeah,
and also when they were fighting, there's a bit where like he throws Mjolnir, it goes past him, and then it hits him in the back of the head. He goes,
dumbass.
Yeah. I was like, how can you not like him?
It's so cool.
Even though he is known to kill and frost giants, like even innocent ones, he's just a bastard, but you just love him for it.
That just goes to show he could have decimated Kratos if he wanted to.
Yeah, and in that retrospect, if he could kill Kratos as easy as he did, he could have killed
anyone.
Yeah.
You really wanted this geezer on your side.
Yeah. And like you say, that Odin manipulated him to be like that. Well, in the game anyway. And I think even in mythology, Odin was known as a horrible
he was. He was
master manipulator. And so with that,
which is where I think they got the idea with the God of War game from. It's because it probably was the case of Thor was just better when he was drunk because drunken rage. Yeah, exactly. It's just like, right, kill him. And they knew no fucker could beat him. So it's just like, I've got the greatest weapon of all time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like you say, he had the greatest weapon in Mjolnir, and the only person who could wield it was Thor.
So he manipulated
Thor to do his bidding. Whereas in Marvel, like, Mjolnir was gifted to Thor.
Yeah.
But anyone who's worthy of Asgard could wield it.
Which is why Captain America could.
Or Envision.
Yeah.
Which I still find a bit bizarre.
Yeah.
But with that, that ain't the case. It was just because no one could release Mjolnir's power like Thor. Because he was the god of thunder.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, Mjolnir means in Nordic language, lightning.
Ah, makes sense. And as well, when you think of, like, because the hammer shape is like a blacksmith's hammer,
yeah,
in a way, and the bang it makes, like on an anvil, it is like
thunder,
crash of thunder, and when it hits hot metal, it creates the sparks like lightning.
Yeah,
so that's where
it is the perfect weapon.
What I don't like the shape of it. I don't like the design of Mjolnir because it's such a massive club hammer.
Yeah,
a little handle.
Yeah,
a little handle. You want it on like a half
major fucking thing. Yeah,
yeah, because it just looks too top heavy.
But at the same time, I think that's the cool thing about it. Is it don't need to be massive to do the damage it needs to do.
Nah, but Odin had he had the spear. What was
Draupnir?
Yeah,
yeah,
he had the spear.
Two dwarfs made, didn't they? The brothers. They were the two people that made Mjolnir as well. They made quite a lot of the stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
I think did they make the chains for Fenrir?
Yes.
Yeah, they made the because the dwarves in the Norse mythology, the dwarves were just like shit hot at like blacksmithing, forging, all that kind of stuff, and they made Mjolnir, the Draupnir spear, the chains that what's the one I'm looking for?
Chains.
Yeah, what's it?
Fenrir.
The bounded Fenrir.
Yeah.
And quite a few other things actually. I think they made a chariot for Odin as well.
No, because Odin rode Sleipnir, which we'll get on the beast one. But basically, Loki, as well as being a frost giant, he had a few children, but the main three, the famous three, is Sleipnir, which was an 8-legged horse, what Odin used to ride, Fenrir, the great wolf, and Jormungandr, the Midgard serpent, which my nan pisses me off with because she's been watching Ragnarok on Netflix,
right?
Which I might start watching.
Yeah, I might start watching that actually.
But she keeps calling it a worm.
Its name's the World Serpent.
Yeah,
not World Worm.
No, but I think it's because in the program where she was saying it, like it grew inside of him, it grew inside of Loki, and it was like a worm.
Yeah,
and he threw it in the water. And she said, "Oh, the worm's getting bigger."
Yeah.
I was like, "Was it called Jormungandr?" She was like, "Yeah, I think so." And I'm like, "That's not a worm.
Fucking worm."
that's the world serpent. That is Thor's greatest enemy.
Yeah.
Which is just so mad. Just so mad.
Could we just get the Ragnarok already? There's so much.
We could just go through the whole
thing right now so easily. So fucking easily.
Honestly, I'm holding my breath. I'm biting my tongue so much because I could just go on like about this, about that, how Ragnarok especially.
Oh mate,
that is
because obviously there's so many other characters that come into play in Ragnarok that we haven't mentioned.
Well, yeah, and like we said, there's Hel.
Yeah.
Which in Marvel was Hela.
Yeah.
But Hel was actually a bloke.
No,
it was
a girl.
It was a girl. Sorry, I do apologise. But who's she? She ain't the daughter of Thor, I don't think. Of Odin, I don't think.
No, she's Loki's daughter, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's Loki's daughter.
So they got that wrong in Marvel for a start.
Yeah. And then there's Surtur, the fire giant.
Yeah.
And he's like the biggest part of Ragnarok, really, because spoiler, he becomes Ragnarok. Which is what I'll say, Ragnarok is known as the end of time, or like the end of the gods or whatever.
End of days.
But it is also a living being. We'll go more into the Ragnarok thing, but it is actually a living being.
Yeah. And what even like because you got Thor Ragnarok, like the film.
Yeah.
And Surtur, had it got set, I liked Surtur.
Yeah.
He was funny.
He was, yeah.
like I said, I used to love Marvel. I mean, now I think I find it irrelevant because it's just too saturated.
Endgame was the perfect cut-off point.
Yeah.
If you wanted to carry on the Marvel thing, yeah, but do other characters. Don't try and keep them dragging these fuckers back, because it's just like. And the annoying thing is, especially since Disney took it over. Yeah. Well, no, because they pretty much had it for time. But it's the fact of, if you watch one film and there's one character in it, you've then got to watch another TV show to know how that character links into that, but then there's another character in that you need to watch this film, then you need to watch that TV show. Do you know what I mean? You have to keep on top of all of it.
It is clever.
It's clever, but at the same time, I just can't be asked.
No, because if you miss one season,
you're fucked.
You then get like, oh, I can't watch that till I've watched this.
Yeah, exactly.
And it builds up. Like, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Since Endgame, that was the last one I watched.
Yeah.
Endgame. So now I've got bare
I've watched. Since Endgame, I've watched Shang-Chi.
Yeah, I ain't watched that. I want to watch that actually.
Black Panther 2 and Spider-Man.
Yeah, all them I want to watch. I mean, I pretty much know what happens in it.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi, I won't mind
that
watching.
Is really good.
Yeah.
That is like the way I'll describe the Chinese Black Panther.
Yeah.
It's just unreal, because obviously with Black Panther, it's like shows you a lot of like African heritage and that. They do that with Shang-Chi and Chinese heritage and shit like that. It's fucking unreal.
I've just got to say though, like, I'm impressed that they've done Black Panther, but it's not the same.
No.
Honestly, I can remember when it happened, when Chadwick Boseman died, and I was gutted.
I was shocked, and I think
I was heartbroken.
I think the shocking thing about it is, like, even during like the filming of Endgame and that, he was like dying. He was fucked basically. Yeah. But you couldn't tell it.
Not really. I did used to think, I thought, fuck, he's lost a
bit
of weight.
Yeah, he looked skinnier, but I just assumed like, oh, he's probably like training for another film or something.
Yeah.
Didn't think he was ill.
Like, not bad. Like, honestly, I remember that morning or day, like when it got announced, I was heartbroken.
Yeah.
Because I love Black Panther.
Yeah.
The whole story of it, I thought it was fucking brilliant. And then, yeah, that happened, and it was just like,
yeah, exactly. You can't, because there was such an I'm glad they took the time with it though. They didn't just rush it.
No.
So it was like, right, what do we do? Yeah. Do we bother with the film? Do we give it to the sister? Do we give it to M'Baku?
I should have gave it to M'Baku. M'Baku was the best. I love him.
Bored-headed demon.
I love it. Oh, that's the best. Because that's in the second one.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen it, but I remember I was just scrolling through TikTok and that come up. You bald-headed demon.
Do you know the beauty of it is? Just before it, he squares up to a character who's being played by Kamaru Usman.
Is it?
For those who don't know, was a former UFC world champion.
That's class.
It's just like, what the fuck is going on here then?
Oh, he is just so good. But it's even in like Black Panther 1 when they're all getting all these, are you done?
Yeah. Yeah, all that like proper like gearing themselves up. It's like, are you done? Are you done?
I love it.
What is it? It's like, I'll feed you to my children. I'm kidding, we are all vegetarians.
Yeah. Oh, he's such a beast.
He's fucking brilliant.
He's such a beast. Like, because at the start you think, oh, he's a rope prick, but even then, like, it's still cool.
Yeah.
Like when they're doing the roar and everything,
yeah.
It's like, oh, you're a beast and everything. And then when I was so pleased when he come back into it.
Yeah.
And he actually joined their lot. I was like, yes. That's like, that's like a dream team in the making. I fucking love him, Buckle.
Oh, what a don.
Yeah, he should have been Black Panther.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, going back to Norse mythology.
Yeah.
Like I say, I can't say I blame people for like trying to bring Thor, like how he is in Marvel, into the mythology.
Yeah.
I can't say I blame him, because for a little while I was the same.
Yeah.
You know, because as much as I always loved Norse mythology, because it just does get jumbled up sometimes, and you think, oh yeah, it could be like that, and they do use like correct names and stuff, but it's just the heritage that they don't get right.
No,
but at the same time,
when you look at it, like I said, I think as well, pop culture has a major thing to do with it, because obviously if you didn't know Norse mythology, you heard Thor, you instantly thought of the Marvel Thor.
Yeah.
So you just instantly assumed that's what he was like in mythology.
Yeah.
And then so obviously he was like the standard bearer. And then since Ryan Hurst God of War, and everyone's like, no, that is genuinely what Thor was like.
Yeah.
People turning like, oh, okay, that's Thor.
Oh, honestly, I think if they do try and do like a proper even though they're doing the God of War film, like series or whatever, even if they do a standalone film of Thor or like Norse Mythology, Ryan Hurst
has to play him. He was
unfucking and him who played Odin.
Yeah, even Tyr.
Yeah.
But, yeah, in fact, all of them. Baldur was unreal. Frey was unreal. Even Magni and Modi were unreal.
Oh, they were pricks, though.
Yeah, but that's the beauty of them.
I love the
in the mythology, they were pricks, but they were dumb pricks. Even in the Ragnarok game, Odin goes, well, let's be honest, they were kind of useless.
Yeah, I know. I think that's still about his own grandson. Yeah. But, like, their entrance was cool, though.
Yeah.
What was it? Was it a troll or something?
Yeah, it was like a troll, and, like, Magni just snaps its neck.
Yeah, no, it's just how much of a pricks they were.
But then that just goes to show how much of a tough fucker Thor was, because then when you see Modi again after you kill Magni, Thor has beaten the living shit out of the guy.
Yeah.
Because again, I watched a thing about, I think it was on that same documentary. It was like he was so angry with Magni's death that he blamed Modi, beat the living shit out of him. That's why Atreus or Loki could kill him. It's because he was just fucked. He couldn't hold it back. So technically Thor did kill him.
Yeah. But it's just, I don't know. That was just, they were just sick, and just how bastards they were. They kept like winding them up, and everything like that, to the point where Kratos had to kill
him. Yeah. Because he didn't want to. That was the whole beauty of because obviously in the originals he just wanted to kill them all.
Yeah.
But then it was only after he killed them that he realised, fuck, maybe there was a better way.
Yeah.
And then obviously in the Norse ones,
he
wants a peaceful life. He don't want this shit. They were the ones that were forcing him to do it.
And one thing led to another, and then he pretty much led him to Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? He wanted.
That's the only annoying thing. I won't even say annoying because Kratos had to be the leader. But that's the only criticism I got of the game. Is that they introduced Tyr. See, and the game's called God of War Ragnarok, and you've got Tyr, which is prophesied to be the leader into Ragnarok. It's like, oh, he's obviously going to be partnering right up with fucking Kratos. And he's a little bitch.
Yeah, well, he took
They did
a
it in
vow.
a clever way, yeah. They did it in a real clever way. It's just like, it was gutting because you think you're finally going to see what Tyr's like, and you don't see nothing.
But then when he did start...
Yeah.
when
then the plot twist.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming.
Oh, yeah, because he...
Yeah.
But was that...
Oh, do you know what? The game's been out for about 2 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the game's been out for a while now, so if you haven't played it, spoiler warning. Okay? Basically, you find Tyr in a cell that he's been chained up for years. His mind's fucked, obviously, because Loki has tricked him every single day and just tormented him.
Yeah, but it weren't Loki, though, was it?
I don't mean Loki, I meant fucking Odin. Odin tricked Tyr for so many years that the guy's broken, and he basically made a vow not to go on a war. The plot twist at the end is that you'd never found Tyr in the first place. It was actually Odin.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Yeah, because he kills one of the dwarves.
Yeah, he kills Brock. Fucking prick. I love Brock.
Yeah, Brock was a beast. But then you do find Tyr, don't you?
Yeah. But again, he's just like a peaceful guy, but I suppose he's got nothing to worry about now. Ragnarok's done. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's calm.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's no need for him anymore.
No.
The God of War is no longer needed.
No.
But I just love Norse mythology.
It's so fucking good, honestly. It's so fucking good.
But it's just the maddest story of Thor and the Frost Giants. I just love that so much because you just wouldn't ever think of it. Like
him desperately wanting his hammer and then ended up in him bashing people's brains in a wedding dress.
Oh dear. But no, like I think that is pretty much mostly covered with the gods.
We're going to be here all day.
Yeah. But Freya as well, she was like Mother Nature in a way, weren't she?
Yeah, that's a pretty good example. Tell you what, actually, one sort of god kind of thing that we haven't mentioned, which is in the God of War games, and he's the fucking greatest character out of them all, Mimir.
Yeah.
How we didn't mention him. He was basically like...
He was an advisor.
Yeah, he knew everything. Everything that had happened from way before he was even born. He knew it all to every exact detail. And he was one that... he was actually one of Odin's closest friends. and allies, because he was just like, right, what do you reckon? And he'd tell him exactly what needs to be done. And he'd be like, right, say less.
And he was one who prophesied
Ragnarok. Yeah.
He prophesied how the gods are going to die and everything like that. And I think that's when Odin started to take umbrage.
Yeah.
And cut his head off.
Yeah. Which, again, they do cleverly in the God of War games. Is because, obviously, he prophesied Ragnarok in the games. And basically, everything that Odin had done up to that point in the games, it was all because of him. And he felt so bad about it that he sort of like...
Switch sides.
Yeah, switch sides. And basically, Odin just like shoved him in like this unbreakable tree.
Yeah.
He was just rooted to it, basically. Which is why you have to cut off his head.
Yeah. Because there's... we ain't mentioned the tree... Is it the Tree of Life?
Yggdrasil, yeah.
Yggdrasil. Because we'll talk about that on the Monsters one as well, because there's a dragon eating its roots.
Yeah.
And I could never pronounce the name, because it's like...
Nidog.
Huh?
Nidog.
Is that actually how you pronounce it?
I think so. Nidog.
Yeah. He's a beast of a dragon, I know what I mean. Yeah, he chews on the roots.
Yeah. Yeah, he basically keeps it under control. He's a vicious fucker, but he's basically its gardener, more or less.
Yeah, but I think it's as well, gods have to fight it off, because if he eats them too much and kills the tree, that was
all the 9 realms will collapse, sort of thing.
Yeah, that was it.
Because that's basically the story of the tree, is basically big old tree, each root is another realm, sort of thing.
Yeah, with a fucking hungry dragon underneath it.
Yeah. Which, again, I know we keep mentioning the God of War games. What a cunt to kill.
Oh,
my fucking God.
He's a beast.
4 was easier than that thing.
Yeah,
seriously.
And you get killed by 4.
Yeah. Fuck's sake.
But no, I think during this series we will be talking about the God of War games quite a bit.
Quite a bit. I think it's because really it's the only thing that's really gone in depth.
Yeah.
Because obviously there's the Vikings TV shows and that, but they never really go on to the gods.
The mythology.
It's just their side of it. Do you know what I mean?
That is more of like the Viking history. That
exactly.
ain't really nothing to do
There's nothing really out there other than the Marvel films, which, like we said, got so right but so wrong at the same time. There's not been anything that's even touched like
true mythology
in that way.
No.
Which is why we will keep, like you said, referring to it, because it's the only thing out there that we can refer it to.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. But as well, like, what was it? With Vikings, because that was just like the history of Ragnar, mainly Ragnar, who was like, he weren't the first king of Norway, but he was like the one.
He was the most well known.
Yeah, because he's the one who invaded England. Because at the time England was like impenetrable.
Yeah.
Because of fucking the Saxons and everything like that. They were like, they were seen as like a great force. And Ragnar was like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Let's have them.
And then obviously you got his son's stories, which basically took his legacy and ran with it.
Yeah, Bjorn.
To the point where they even had settlements in England.
No, I'll tell a lie. Bjorn, they got a lot wrong in the show.
Yeah, they did.
Because Bjorn's not even his son.
No. In fact, the eldest son out of them all in real life is Halfdan.
Yeah.
Which is not even... Which they've... In the show, they had play Harold Finehair's brother.
Yeah.
And he was like Bjorn on steroids. Like, he was like almost 4. He was a fucking huge guy.
Yeah, because even Ivar... was Ivar Ragnar's son? He was actually his son, wasn't he?
Yeah, there was Halfdan... what was it? Halfdan? Because Vitsix wasn't his actual name.
No.
He was... His name was something else.
Weren't Rollo?
Nah, it's his brother.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, fucking hell.
But yeah, there was like fucking Halfdan, whatever Vitsuk's name was, Sigurd, Uber, and
that's what I was thinking of.
Ivar.
Ivar the Boneless.
Which again, in the show, he's obviously a cripple. But in real life, the reason it was called Boneless is because of how light he was on his feet.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I'd say.
Fun fact, we've seen Rollo about the Vikings. I think I've mentioned this to you. Did you know, we just mentioned Rollo, which was Ragnar's brother, who ends up becoming the Duke of France, one of the earliest Duke of France. He is actually an ascendant of Danny Dyer.
Madness.
Cockney geezer, wannabe hardman Danny Dyer is the descendant of one of the toughest Vikings going.
That is mad.
What do you mean?
Yeah, and his great uncle was Ragnar.
Ragnar fucking Lothbrok.
That's a bit mad. To be fair, if I found that out, I'd be walking.
In it?
Like, Conor McGregor wouldn't have nothing on me.
you.
I'm like, yeah, fuck you. My descendants fucking Ragnar, you cunt. That's beast.
It's fucking mad, honestly.
No, that is mad. But, who else am I thinking of? Because Bjorn Ironside, he was one of the most brutal, weren't he?
Yeah.
He was a beast.
Yeah.
And then you've got they never knew his name, but they called it the Berserker of Stamford Bridge.
Yeah.
We're not talking about Chelsea's home stadium.
No.
It's pretty much.
I wouldn't mind if someone berserked that fucking place.
It's pretty much the he was like a 7 foot tall beast.
Yeah.
Like he was wiping like 5 soldiers at a time.
Yeah, at a time.
And the only way they could kill him was they got a boat underneath and put a spear up the bridge. That was the only way they could get him because they couldn't take him on.
No, because he was just mashing everyone up.
Yeah, he was. And look, that's sad though. They never knew his name.
No, but I think because he was a bastard son of his, wasn't he?
No, nothing. I don't think it was anything like that. I think he was just like a trusted warrior.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. I'll let you know once I go to Valhalla.
Nice one.
He's going to be there.
It's anyone who's warranted it, it's that Donny.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, him and Thor are like that.
Yeah. Having arm wrestles all day.
Yeah. But no, so that is going to be it for this week.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, I think if we went on too much more, we'd spoil everything else.
Yeah.
So yeah, we better call it quits.
Yeah. But so next week we'll be talking about
the Valkyries and Valhalla.
Yeah. Which we obviously mentioned briefly. We'll go into a lot more detail, and we'll mention because we haven't mentioned the Valkyries at all, actually.
Not really, no.
Which so
that's something to look forward to. And I ain't like there isn't just one like there is in fucking Thor, like in Marvel.
There's fucking tons of them.
Yeah. So
and they were fucking badasses in their own right as well.
Oh, massively.
Fuck them.
Shield Maiden. Oh, that was another thing. Because in Vikings, like, it was all about Lagertha. Like she was like the great shield maiden. She has actually not she's only mentioned once in history.
Is she?
And they talk about shield maidens and everything, but
Lagertha wasn't the
the hit the legend is what they made out in Vikings.
I'm mad. I'm glad they did in Vikings. Though.
Yeah.
Earth. Catherine Winnick. Oh, alhamdulillah.
She's a pretty woman. That's all I can say because I'm married. But no.
Right. We keep waffling.
Yeah, I know.
Let's wrap this up. Ed, where can they find us?
Well, you can find us on Facebook, which is Mr. Mysteries in Black and White. It's a group. You can follow us on Instagram, which is Mr. Mysteries _, like the actual underscore line. You can follow us on Twitter, which is Mr. Mysteries 1. You can tell it's us because it's got the logo. And the same.
That's me.
I thought you did point at me.
I nearly did. I was like, nope, that's me.
And it's the same with our TikTok, which is Mr. Mysteries 10. You can subscribe and like our YouTube channel, which is Mr. Mysteries. Easiest way to find that is through our Facebook.
Yep.
You can email us, and with that, you can email us sightings you've had of cryptids, ghosts, UFOs, demons, all that jazz, anything like that. You can email us theories of what we spoke about today or previous episodes or anything you fancy. Yeah, anything you fancy. I was going to say in our niche, but fuck it. Anything you fancy. That could be criticisms of our podcast if you'd like. So what we could do better, what you don't like about us, or anything like that. Praises, which we prefer. Ideas for future episodes, or future hunts, or anything like that. Or if you just fancy a chat, or anything like that. Really. Which is missingmysteries@outlook.com. Have I missed something? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, email.
And YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
You've done it.
I've done it.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. So, getting better at this, you know.
We are.
So, Josh, where can they listen to us?
You can listen to us, even though you probably are. But if you fancy listening on another platform, you can listen to us on Podbean, Spotify, Amazon, Samsung, Podchaser, Player FM, and iHeartRadio.
Fantastic. So yeah, next week we're talking about the Valkyries and the Great Hall of Valhalla.
Yeah, boy.
Which I love saying.
Yeah.
You know what? We're starting the Norse thing, and we haven't mentioned an amazing artist, Peyton Parrish.
Oh yeah.
If you don't know who that is, he's got some fucking mint songs.
Yeah.
Especially Valhalla Calling Me. And he's done like Disney songs, but like the Rocky version, and they're so sick. But and Ragnarok and Draugr and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Honestly, give him a listen. I'm a massive fan of his now.
100%.
And I love his music. And yeah, what a beast.
So big up Peyton Parrish.
Yeah. If he ever listened to us and give us a shout out, honestly, I'd piss my pants. I'm just gutted he never came to. He never done a tour in England. He's done one in America and Germany.
Oh, fuck them! Come to England.
But I mean, I can kind of understand. I'm surprised he didn't do Norway.
Yeah, that's the point actually.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of it's Germanic, really.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, and I think his roots are German anyway.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but I don't know.
But no, thank you very much for watching or listening or both. And we'll see you in a few days for On the Hunt. Bye.
Happy hunting.